guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome. Let's see. What does divine masculine, divine feminine need to know? What does the collective need to know? Okay, these could be past, present or future outcome readings, okay? Take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's see what comes out. So we've got ambition and mastery. So Spirit is saying you are very ambitious, very career and goal driven, mastering, okay, whatever area it is what you are in, you are mastering your gifts, your skills, your talents. Very ambitious, a go-getter. If you want something, you seem to go out and get that, okay, in a good way. In a good way. There's a lot of golden like type of energy. A lot of light surrounding you, divine masculine, divine feminine. A lot of light. A lot of angelic. That could be why you're so ambitious. Like a calling from the angelic realm, and in this image there's a lot of light within your eyes. A lot of light within your eyes. Could be a light worker. A lot of light. So much gold. You may like gold leaf, gold dust. You may be working with gold leaf, gold dust. Yeah, you are answering a higher calling. You are answering the call. You have been called. And also, you have been called to practice forgiveness. Practice forgiveness. Forgive those who have trespassed against us. Forgive them, for they know not what they have done. Or maybe some of these people, they know exactly what they've been doing and they didn't care. But don't forgive them for them, okay? To soothe them or to ease them. Forgive them for yourself, for what they've done, free, for yourself. It makes your heart lighter, okay? It makes you become more lighter. This is why you are surrounded by light and divine beings. Surrounded by light, divine beings. We've got the number 38, 44, and we've got the number 7. Headdresses could be significant. Headwear. Okay. Sashes. Like silk type. Could be like fashion. Fashion icon for some. Very fashionable. A crown. New beginnings. You've been crowned by the divine. Some people may want your divine crown. We've got the number 13. Some people may want your crown from the divine. Or some people do want your divine crown. Someone is wanting your divine connection, your divine protection, your skills, whatever it is what you're mastering. They want your crown for themselves. They want your achievements too. But they are not on your level. They are not on your level. Okay? At some point, these people may have been able to reach you. But you are becoming untouchable. Okay? Maybe you are seen as unbreakable. Some people may have tried to break you. But diamonds make under pressure. Diamonds make under pressure. You may be quite stylish with hair, okay, stylish with clothes, jewellery. I'm getting like a really artistic type of energy. They could have tried to put a blockage on your artistic flair, solar plexus chakra blockages, to stop you from elevating and to stop you from demonstrating your creativity. Because someone does not want to see you be elevated. Laugh at them. Because you are being elevated anyway. And there's another picture here with a crown. Laugh at them. Because you are being elevated anyway. Laugh at them. They can never take your crown. They may have tried. Trials, tribulations. They want... It's not funny. But laugh at them. They've not been through your trials, your tribulations, your life path, okay? They've not had your life. They just want the crown, what comes with that. But I'm getting they'd never be able to handle your life, your struggles, your battles, okay? They'd never be able to handle that. They wouldn't. Another crown. Goddess type of energy. So the gods and goddesses have crowned you, and some people who are lower vibrational, okay, are wanting that for themselves. Someone who chose to serve darkness wants a divine crown from the divine. Somebody could have tried to taken your crown, but angels, we've got the Most High, angels, ancestors and goddesses chose you to wear the crown. Laugh at your enemies. Laugh at them. Laugh at your demons. They're something surrounding, like karmics. They're becoming the laughing stock. They could have tried to make you the laughing stock of the town, okay, for trying to take your crown. Your hometown could have tried to make you the laughing stock for trying to take your crown. They're the laughing stock. Okay? So while they've been trying to take your crown, your manifestations and your mastered arts or crafts, whatever that is, they was laughing. Some dark people, like dark witches, dark warlocks, they was laughing about what they was doing. But the Most High has been laughing back at them. The Most High is clapping back at them. We've got focus. They've been so focused on you, divine masculine, divine feminine, and your crown, your life, that they've lost themselves and who they are. They've been so focused. They've been shooting so many arrows, so many shots. Could have been under spiritual warfare. But I'm getting that they forgot who they are. In the midst of all these additional trials and tribulations, what they put you under, they've lost themselves. 0909. They've lost themselves in the midst of their own darkness. They don't know who they are anymore. Some of these people who could have been taking shots at you, they're irreparable, okay? Because you are irreplaceable. You're irreplaceable. You cannot be duplicated or replicated. It could have been somebody who wanted to be your replica. And for some, I'm getting that some other low-rank cranks, okay, wanted your divine crown when they're nothing but a clown. And everything is going to come crumbling and crashing and falling down. Because people in your hometown wanted what's yours. Some spoiled brats who don't get it. They really don't get it. Because the Most High's seen everything. They really don't get it. Taking shots. So many shots. The sun. Shots at the divine. Shots at the divine. They've been attacking the divine. Okay? So they've not been coming up just against you, divine masculine, divine feminine. They've been coming up against the divine, but they didn't care. Could have been under a lot of spiritual warfare. And again, people in your hometown, they've been coming up against the divine, sun child. Dark witches, we've got salvation. Crowned by the divine, saved by the divine, guided by the divine. And Spirit's saying it's time for them to come crashing and crumbling down. These fakes, these frauds, okay? These people who are trying to take your victory, your success for their own. We've got, you will be victorious over any attacks against you. No matter what they do, you will win. For some, they could have even tried to take some of your hair, okay? Nay, from your crown, okay? From your brush, or some way, shape or form. And they tried to do a voodoo doll. So someone is doing voodoo work on you to achieve something against you because they want you to be tortured. They've been taking so many shots trying to torture the wrong person because they've not just been coming up against you. They've been coming up against the divine. Oh my Lord. You are under the attack of spiritual entities that are trying to defeat you on astral realms because they view this as some sort of sick game. No way. They viewed you as some sort of competition. But they need to stay in their own lane. They need to stay in their own lane. Could have tried to do some sort of crown chakra attacks, okay, and mental magic out of spite and jealousy. So many shots. These dark witches and warlocks have been so focused in taking a divine being down and attacking a divine being that they couldn't handle the backfire. They can't handle the backfire, the backlash, because the Most High is clapping back. Clap them up and clap them down because it all fall down. After these shots have been taken, believe it or not, these dark witches and warlocks are like love spell. But we said a love spell. Someone is casting love spells to win your love. What do you mean? Spiritually attack the person, this masculine, this feminine, try and take their crown, transfer it onto them, okay? Do voodoos to torture, yeah? Dream attacks, spiritual warfare probably, okay? And then do a love spell. No way. On the top of this deck here, we've got obey. It's someone who wants you to bow down to them and obey to them. And they think that they should be obeyed. And somebody genuinely thinks in their own small little pea brain that they deserve a divine crown. No way. They honestly do. Some people, they need a mental health evaluation. They do. They really do. Right, which one shall I go into? I'll do a couple more of these. We have got spiritual attacks on the bottom, look. Someone is trying to attack you spiritually to block your third eye and your ability to manifest. They've been so focused. So focused. These people have got a lot of spiritually transmitted diseases, a lot of dark energetic burdens, dark entities. Yeah. They can't even slay their own demons, yet they are working with that of a low vibrational energy in order to spiritually attack and astrally attack the divine masculine, divine feminine, that they've lost themselves in the process. Some of them could be soulless, lost souls. They lost themselves a long time ago. Some sort of identity crisis, but yet they want you to bow down to them and obey. Someone who's not all there in the head. Someone who's not all there in the head, and they haven't been all there in the head for a very long time. So we've got candle magic. Someone has been doing candle magic work on you. As the flame burns, their energy increases. Dark witch, dark warlocks, feeding off the divine masculine, divine feminine's energy. Jimmy. They went to assistance. Of course they did. They always need to go to more dark witches and more dark warlocks and babalaos and yada yada. I'm also getting Papa Legbar. They even called him Papa Legbar, but Papa Legbar said nah. Alright. Someone who's going to a magic practitioner to get help to cast a spell on you. Then they'll go to a reader and they'll be like, is it working? Is it working? Send evil eye. Is it working? Is it working? They're so frantic. They're so frantic. So frantic. But we've got protection. You are protected. What they have planned for you will not work. Definitely not how they wanted it to anyways. Hey. I don't know, darling. I don't know. Let's go into this one. Surrounding your gifts. Pure jealousy. Surrounding your gifts. Okay? But what I'm getting is this could be physical gifts, your skills or talents, or your spiritual gifts, skills or talents, out of jealousy, out of spite. It's a jealous, venomous snake. And maybe, quite possibly, if we're going to look into like Harry Potter and go into Harry Potter, okay, their Team Slytherin. Alright? They slither around a lot. And they work with like snakes and stuff like that. And the fakes, the frauds. Someone who's very fake, fraudulent, wants your gifts. Okay? They don't want people to look up to you. 1818. They don't want people to look up to you. They're like, I think they should be looking up to me. I think I'm better suited for the part. Yeah, but you may have tried to, they may have tried to, take this, what's not rightfully theirs, but yet the Most High says no. And how low can you go? They might be quite, they're not all there in the head. I don't want to go too mean on them because, well, they've been seen being mean. And they want to be some sort of satanic queen. No. They've made deals with darkness to try and get divine gifts, skills and talents. No way. They've got awakening. They're not even woke. Sleeping Beauty, they're not even woke. But with these astral attacks as well, attacking in dream state, you are under the attack of spiritual entities that are trying to defeat you in astral realms. So even when you've been sleeping, yeah, because they've been working hard all around the clock, okay? But if they knew anything about the divine, they'd have known never have to mess with the divine masculine, divine feminine, They didn't earn that. That's why they're not even work. Very low on the totem pole in spiritual ranking. They may want to make out like they're some sort of powerful witch or warlock, but they're a low rank crank. I'm going to say it how it is. And you outrank these low rank cranks, and they don't like that. Like, you outrank them spiritually. Purity. This is why they're trying to cloak themselves in that divine golden energy, because there's so much golden energy coming through. And they think that they desire, well, they do desire, they desire these gifts, this crown. But it's all going to fall down, and anything what anyone built off the back of your energy, it's all going to collapse. Because they're not pure. Snow White, okay, and the 7 dwarfs there, and the poisonous, venomous, malicious, wicked witch. Who's nothing but a fake ass bitch. So fake, so fraudulent. They're not even real. They're not even true to themselves. They can't stay true to themselves. They can't stay true to the divine. Okay? They're struggling like mad with their mental health as well. And I mean struggling like mad. They've definitely done crown chakra attacks. They're an absolute write-off. Like someone who writes cars off and everything. For some. Somebody could have want you even written or wrote out of your own bloodline. But they've been written out of the divine bloodline because they chose darkness. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, all the twos. They chose to serve darkness. Okay? I'm getting quite possibly, if this is linking to home, family, someone who you shared a home with at some point, or someone who you let inside of your home, okay? Jealous energy. They just got jealous of everything you are, everything you have. I want one of these. Daddy, I want one of these. I want this. Voice. They even want your voice, and we've got the children of the voice. They could even want your child or children. Got a swan. Love. Okay? If you have child or children, they even want your child or children to be theirs. Could even be doing some sort of womb magic on the divine feminine. Wow. Wow. Just wow. Memory. It could be people who you've shared memories with, and for some, they are trying to affect your memory. Trying to affect your memory. Your brain. Could have tried to poison divine masculine, divine feminine. To affect your brain. Because they're jealous of how your brain's actually wired. Because they could be getting wired all the time. And I mean, like, you know, when people are just off the tits on a shit ton of harsh drugs all the time. And their brain's been burnt out. So they've been trying to burn the divine masculine, divine feminine's brain out spiritually. On the bottom of this deck, or top of this deck, should I say, we've got karmic debt. They've accumulated a shit ton of karmic debt from what they've done. And all karmic debts must be paid in full. A shit ton of karmic debts. with this divine connection, divine crown, okay, I'm getting that you've done a lot of good things, like genuinely good things, behind closed doors with Herm here, behind closed doors, or out of the sight of, like, the public eye, you know, off your own back, from a good place where you've tried to help people, okay, 25, and they want the divine karma, the good divine karma, the good dharma, but from what they've done, they've just generated a shit ton of karmic debt. Could be linking to someone who likes garage music. Oh, we've got a father. We've got a father figure. Okay. For some, this could be child or children's father. Or for some, this could be divine masculine, divine feminine's karmic father. Who's always been a jealous snake, okay? Jealous. With this card here, it also could be like a karmic mother figure who's jealous of her own child or grandchild. Very jealous. Oh no, darling. We've got prison and lawsuit. Then we've got son. Karmic mother's son. So if it's like linking to divine feminine, okay, the divine feminine's children's father, this karmic mother's son, and for divine masculine, okay, karmic mother or karmic father's done this to their own son, who is sun child. So for the divine masculine, you are surrounded by goddess type of energy. Goddess type of energy. Because the goddesses are working with you. So you can get in tunage and tap into your divine feminine. Because we've all got divine masculine, divine feminine. Some other people, these karmics, these toxic people in hometown, family, friends, or what have you, they've been so focused on trying to take your gifts, physical and spiritual, that they've lost all their gifts, what they could have had if they chose to work under the divine. No, yeah. Because something surrounding this energy, some people, they chose to serve darkness. It's trying to affect your brain, okay, put you to sleep. And affect you even in sleep state. So you may have struggled with sleep, had some really bad nightmares because of these astral entities. But it was all from jealousy and spite. Conspiracy. People seem to have conspired against the divine masculine, divine feminine. Conspired against the divine masculine, divine feminine. If this is a mother or father figure, they expect you to bow down to them, obey to them, okay? Look up to them. But I'm getting, maybe for some, and this isn't for everybody, but for some, maybe you've looked up to like karmic parents, either mother or father, or maybe both, and thought, you know what, I don't ever want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. So this is why they're trying to take shots, because they'd rather be you. And they'd rather you be them. Maybe karmic hometown, family, friends, They have looked up to you. But they wanted other people to look up to them. I want this for myself. I think I should have this. I think I should have these gifts, skills and talents. I want one of these. I'm getting spoiled brat vibes as well. Someone who's a spoiled brat. You know, what's it called? Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Where there's that little girl where she's like, I want one of these, Daddy, and all that. And she's been like just a proper spoiled little brat. And then they call her a bad nut. And she ends up going down a hole. Yeah, the bad nuts. Bad nuts. Bad nuts. I don't know. Deception. Very deceitful. Very deceptive energy. Okay, but look at this. At the bottom here. These very like dark entities and energies, what they've been working with is now devouring them. So I'm getting like some sort of devour type of energy. They wanted to devour the divine masculine, divine feminine, but these dark energies and entities, what they've been working with is devouring them. And even in the afterlife, like when their time comes and they pass, they're going to get devoured. But they don't care about that either. Or they might do at some point when it all goes back to them, all these attacks. They're going to get devoured by the dark spirits like in the underworld. In the background, what I'm seeing is like some sort of old type of energy. Like some people are wearing bonnets. So they could have been doing some dark ancient witchcraft, okay? Forbidden witchcraft, quite possibly. They've pissed the ancestors off, is what I'm getting. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. Oh, they have pissed ancestors off. They have pissed the divine off. The juniper tree. In the background, what I've not really realised before, we've got Anubis. Okay, we've got like Egyptian. You can't really see it. But there's Anubis in the background. They could have even tried to do some Egyptian magic. Oh no. And they've got some sort of bat wings also. So it could be like a Jezebel type of energy. A Jezebel who thinks that she deserves a divine crown. Or like a succubus type of energy. An incubus type of energy. They want to suck the life out of you. The light. That golden energy. Because your energetic field is very rich in abundance. And they could have tried to manifest off your energetic field while taking shots and spiritually attacking. They don't get spiritual law, do they? Or universal law. So they have broken spiritual laws. They have broken universal laws. Oh Lord. Honestly, these dark like entities, they've been working with are devouring them. They're getting literally chewed up and spat out. I'm getting that they wanted to chew you up and spit you out. Maybe some of these people look like a bulldog chewing a wasp. Like even some sort of like Victorian type of energy. So we've got Egyptian and Victorian. Egyptian and Victorian. A lot of people have been cursed for what they've done. And unfortunately, sadly for them, these curses are going to ripple right down their entire bloodline for generations and generations to come. Right down their entire bloodline. And even if this is family who's done this, they tried to have these horrible generational hexes and curses ripple down your bloodline. Wounds. Could have even done some sort of death hex with this like skeleton, okay? Some of these people, yeah, if you look into their eyes, you can see that they are dead behind the eyes. Oh look, we've got a squirrel. I mentioned about, is it squirrels who do it? We checked the nuts on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Bad nuts. Yeah. So some of these people are dead behind the eyes. Acorns could be significant. They wanted something so colourful and bright, yet all they do is dark energy work and opts to be a dark witch. Wow. Wow. Wounded. They wanted to wound the divine masculine, divine feminine out of jealousy. Out of pure jealousy. That was their choice. They chose to serve darkness, and they also chose to take something. Okay? With Goldilocks and the entitlement, because they felt that they was entitled. Someone who's like overprivileged as well. Some of this energy is like really overprivileged and very overprivileged type of energy. Very overprivileged. Some of this energy is very like, some of these people have been very overprivileged. Okay? And out of jealousy, they wanted something of the divine masculine, divine feminine, when they've had all their privileges like snatched from them through some form of entitlement, like gifts snatched from them because they felt that they was entitled to keep taking. It's a taking type of energy. Secrets. They don't want these secrets to be revealed either. They don't want you to speak the truth on how much they've done and got healing. Your energetic field is not only naturally abundant but quite healing. So they try to take energy without your say-so. For some, karmic father saw divine masculine, divine feminine out to be energy harvested, sold out, because they thought they was entitled. Oh, I'm the mother, I'm the father, I think I'm entitled to do this. Someone who could have owned a garage or worked in a garage. Also, maybe not just garage music, and we've got prison energy. Okay. So if you've been spiritually attacking divine masculine, divine feminine, children as well, okay, and doing these sick things and thinking you are entitled to just snatch someone else's gifts, skills, talents, spiritual gifts, okay, money, energy, the lot, you know what I'm talking about. You've now been locked in spiritual prison and stripped of all your spiritual gifts, and that's to the karmics on here, if there's any left watching these. We've got some sort of hush-hush money. And we've got some sort of stolen identity, birth certificate, social security number, okay? Then we've got some sort of inheritance fraud, theft, fraud act, 2006, forged documents to gain control. And we've got criminal enterprises. So maybe a karmic father for some. This is just for some, and it is a collective reading, right? So for some, I'm getting a karmic father figure, okay? Could be filing a lawsuit against this karmic father. They could be going to prison. Something surrounding a garage. And we've got father conspiracy. A lot of people have been conspiring, and maybe people in your hometown, okay? People you once lived with at some point, or someone who you let inside of your home, 4141, friends, karmic debt, son. They want you to foot the bill for their bad karma. A lot of conspiracy. A lot of conspiracy. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. His karmic father, or children's father's son, wanted to be some sort of wealthy man, and they thought they'd start paying people some hush-hush money, along with this stupid bin, and this stupid bin, alright? They wanted to be seen as high honour, which is very concerning. Of course it is. They wanted to be privileged. Privileged, darling. Oh, privileged. No way. We've got coffee. There's an ending to this. Maybe there's some sort of messages surrounding an ex, okay? Courthouse, court proceedings. And there's an ending to some sort of cycle. And there's going to be a change. They could have tried to change and switch up legal documentation, okay, to take something what they thought they was entitled to and also do a voodoo doll. And I was thinking, what do you mean, darling? This level of corruption going down at the courthouse, okay? They could have literally an energy transference, a power transference, okay? Trying to transfer a divine crown onto them, okay? Paying people hush-hush money because it could be something to do with money. They wanted to make a change in their own life, and they wanted to get privileges off the divine masculine, divine feminine. Here's the dodgy court legal documentations what have been changed. This could have made you ill. There could have been some sort of poisoning. This could have made you ill. They was expecting it to work, but all they're getting is put in prison, and even these dodgy ones at the courthouses are ending to their jobs, and they're going to get the houses taken off them too. Of course they are. They're being fake. And this community, hometown, surrounding the great fortune, oh, they're all going to lose everything. Dodgy Wodgy's going to lose everything. I'm going to write dodgy, 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 dodgy energy. I cannot believe these people would do this. I can actually. I can. They wanted to trot around acting high on her. And maybe they're really concerned now because they're being rumbled. They have been rumbled. Maybe they took a large amount of money through force, okay, signing this great fortune because they thought that they was entitled to do that. Because they wanted to live a privileged life, darling. Oh, darling. yeah, a lot of fake, false, fraudulent people in this local hometown community, yeah, who could have all appeared to court, alright, and wanted to change the direction of divine masculine, divine feminine's destiny. And I was thinking, what do you mean, darling? What do you mean? And these lawyers and stuff, like these people who was all suited and booted, alright, was taking some sort of money under the table, and community had been paying hush hush money surrounding some great fortune. No. So law firms are getting taken down, alright. Dodgy corrupt law who's done this, and whoever's been getting paid hush hush money is probably grassing these people up, alright, because it could end up on the news. Yeah, because there is some sort of imprisonment. Oh, Jesus Christ, Lord Almighty. But this forgiveness, they're going to want forgiveness. Forgive me, please. I already know the tea. Toxic, trying to run away. They were so insecure in their own world and was just like, yeah, I'll join in. Let me join in. Toxic, very toxic, like family members, exes, and community. Fake, false, fraudulent, privileged people. Okay, I want to trot around like a high honour. Look, darling, you know, there's going to be an ending to this. And they're like, what do you mean there's going to be an ending? I thought we could pull this off. What do you mean? Well, paying people hush money. What do you mean? What do you mean? And because these corrupt law enforcements of all losing, like, oh, Jesus Christ, this is a mess there. This is a mess. This is a mess what they created. Spiritual warfare, okay, psychological warfare, spiritual attacks, astral attacks, attacks around the clock. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Shocking. And I'm getting these corrupt lawyers, whatever they want to call themselves, judges, solicitors, attorneys who's been involved in this, corrupt people within these certain areas. They're getting dishonoured, okay? They're getting publicly disgraced. Oh Lord, 1 second. They're getting dishonoured and publicly disgraced. Absolute big disgrace in these people. They just annoy me. They wanted to fulfill a fantasy in their own world, and they're trying to run away from pending charges. Some of these people could be trying to fly out, alright, avoid the real law, okay? I'm getting, you think you're the mob, we're the fucking mob. Outlaws, they want to be seen as outlaws. 48. Some people who wants to be seen as outlaws. No. Someone's karmic father, or linking to a son, or linking to children's father, their mother's karmic son, thought he deserved this and wanted to build a criminal enterprise off the back of someone else's good work and giving out hush money. Oh, no, darling. Bank failure. Oh, no. So if they achieved this, what seemed to be like that, they achieved something off the back of a divine masculine, divine feminine, their bank accounts are getting shut down, okay? Banks are getting checked, okay? Oh, Jesus Christ. this is just one hell of a mess. And these corrupt lawyers, corrupt judges, they can't cover this up, you know. They've tried. They have tried. Caution. They don't want to hear it though. They've been so focused in trying to take off the divine masculine, divine feminine, that they've ruined their full life. Someone who's in a very promiscuous type of energy as well. Shh, shh, shh. This younger female, okay, and a fake friend. A fake friend's been involved. And they're trying to get away with it. Oh no. But there's a lot of partying and celebrating off the back of the divine masculine, divine feminine, something what they felt entitled to, okay? Oh, no. They're little big bugaboo side pieces, alright? Bad choices, because it's all coming down. This is like hush-hush money. Keep it a secret. We'll give you some hush-hush money. Keep it a secret. Keep it a secret. Let us carry on. Let's carry on. I'm getting at some of these people, okay, if they've not already missing their front teeth, when they get locked up, they're going to end up getting their teeth smashed out for some. Alright. Some of these people are going to end up getting their teeth smashed out in prison. That's just for some. Oh yeah, some of them are going to get their teeth smashed out in prison. Okay, one of these feminines, they wanted a new lippy, but I don't know if you can have that in prison. I don't know. I don't know if I've have access to that in prison. Okay. I'm pretty sure some of them try and make their own little combos up. I've seen some documentaries about that. Watching shit go down, enjoying the gossip. Oh, there was a lot of gossip and all surrounding some sort of copycats. No way. They stole what seems to be a large amount of money from someone else's work, okay? They was gossiping, slamming each other, getting off on it. Some of them could be already pregnant by one of these, okay? And have a demon child. And some, okay? Explosions, they could actually be trying to burn some things down. Could be starting some sort of fire or an explosion to try and get rid of some sort of evidence, like burning things out. Some people involved could have got married off the back of this money. Linking to a garage, quite possibly. Could have got married off the back of this money, and they're trying to burn evidence of what they've done. Maybe in a garage or something like that. Oh, Lord. But they're going to get locked up. Any businesses what have been built up for surrounding some sort of stolen money, they're going to come down. Because they've got caught finding evidence. They honestly thought they was going to get away with it. Seemed like an easy job to them. Seemed like an easy job to them, but they didn't realise this divine masculine, divine feminine, spiritual ranking. They thought it was an easy job. With this salvation, okay, I'm getting resurrection like Jesus. After some sort of poisoning, spiritual attacks, astral attacks, so much magic, dark spell work, voodoo doll, the law, and resurrecting, replenishing. Very bitter with these lemons. I'm getting it's a generous amount, okay. Kindness, mistaken for weakness. This is just shocking now, this is. Kindness mistaken for weakness, and they've been caught. Alright? Burning evidence, quite possibly. Or trying to, you know, burn a building, or trying to board a plane, or trying to get away with this. Building a criminal enterprise, or adding to a criminal enterprise, on the back of this hush-hush money. There could also be wads of cash at this garage. The one who's got a lot of karmic debt. Wads of cash at this garage. Wads. Dodgy watch. Wads of it. Wads. But we have got birth certificate. Backstabbers. Traitors. Not to be trusted. Deceit. With this little like mousy rat type figure. Someone's ratting them out. Someone's ratting all these out. Maybe even the hotel motels where they was trying to book to discuss business, pleasure, bars, okay, even maybe places abroad where they was hooking up to meet. The staff and stuff, they've been having interviews. Keeping a promise. They was also paid some sort of hush-hush money. Bad choice there. Also, some sort of hush-hush money. Trash, a lot of trash talking. Because they're jealous of someone else's divine crown and money. And then they trash talk the person. 5656. Start malicious gossip, rumours, straight up copy and paste someone. And then trash talk them. And try and downgrade them. No. That is pathetic. Very mentally retarded. Very immature. They got in their feels and like, oh, but I'm so depressed. I don't want masculine and feminine to get this. I'm well depressed. I think I should have this. Putting on the lippy. Someone really did. Or maybe they just kept getting lippy. They're going to want to apologise. Oh, look. We've got undercover investigators setting the record straight. We've got outdated, expired, disused, old news discarded. Because it's been going on for a long time. And they've played so many mind games, okay? So much chatting shit, starting drama, watching shit pop off, go down, while they've been burning evidence. We've got a lot of scapegoating, very toxic people, very envious, jealous. Them and their partners, they was all trying to keep a promise to each other, okay? Some of these people who's got marriage, alright? Maybe on the back of someone else's wealth. It's not going to last when the wealth is gone though, is it? No, it's not. Alright? Because they're going to have nothing. When they get put in prison, they're having nothing. Okay? Because like, if it is off the back of some sort of money, and they're paying people hush-hush money, and then they are expecting to appear in front of like a real judge, 58, in front of a real judge, who's going to bring this to light and serve proper divine justice, physical justice, this person can't be paid hush-hush money. This person, or these people, these good ones, they can't be bought off. Because they expose this type of shit. It's in their job description to expose this type of stuff. Get to the curb. Oh babe, bend over, bow down, roll over, let us take everything please. What do you mean? Sinister. But there is going to be a new beginning, okay? Continue to fight, because while you keep fighting for what's right, their criminal enterprise is falling, crumbling, crashing down, surrounding this stolen money from the divine masculine or divine feminine. Bank accounts are getting checked, alright? Identity theft. Fraudulent, maybe for some false power of attorney. And doing a shit ton of spell work whilst they keep copying and pasting. Some of these are going to be missing their front teeth in prison, okay? Because I'm getting that there's going to be a lot of fighting in prison as well, quite possibly. And they're going to go, I'm struggling with my mental health, I'm depressed, I need my depression tablets. And they are. I'm getting what they have done is heartbreaking and gut-wrenching, extremely unpleasant and upsetting, what they've done. And now they're all turning on each other. All turning on each other, okay? They fell under their own illusions that they was going to get away with it. They've always wanted what everyone else has. They fell under their own illusions. They thought that they had everybody fooled. They thought that they had everybody fooled. Trickster type of energy also. So deceptive. They're all turning on each other and backstabbing each other. Also, maybe these corrupt law, they're giving it up. Magic. So much black magic. So maybe these corrupt law could be scared of these outlaws, okay? Because they're involved in sacrificing people too. Men, women, children. They're involved in sacrificing people, cult, coven, group, gang, involved in human sacrifice, men, women, children. Sun protection. Let the rays of the sun clear away any negative energy you may be feeling this time. That's if you get any sun. You know, because where I is, darling, there's never much sun. That's why the sun surrounds divine masculine, divine feminine around their head. Maybe a high level of consciousness, okay? And these people are still asleep also. These people are still asleep. But some of them want to class themselves as some sort of elite. Some of them want to class themselves as some sort of elite. Yeah, when they get locked up, they're going to be missing their front teeth. If they're not already, and they are going to be when they get locked up in prison. Oh, jeez. So much dark energy. Also, like Cinderella and the Ugly Sisters, where Cinderella was getting all the jewels snatched from her because her ugly sisters felt entitled to do that. Someone who likes to work with potions and maybe pills. Pills and potions could be significant. Maybe even try to work with some sort of water deities. They wanted to wear divine masculine, divine feminine shoes, but the shoes don't fit. With this clock, time is ticking for them. Time is ticking. Time is ticking. Time is of the essence. And they want that essence for themselves too. And the men who was involved in this, doing it to a woman, what a set of big girls, eh? The men who was involved in doing this to a woman, set of big girls. Sudden wealth, gift, and then we got prison. Because they took a gift, okay, of sudden wealth. Some of these people was caught in dating, okay, maybe appearing up at the court, lying in order to receive this sudden wealth. But these corrupt law enforcement, they're losing the law firm, judges and all that, they're losing the jobs, these corrupted ones. They're grassing on each other, dobbing each other in, because I'm getting these undercovers, these detectives, these investigators are zoning in. Maybe a garage could be getting raided. For the divine feminine, it's like masculines as well, very mean masculines who think that they deserve something in divine feminines. They thought that they paid everybody off. But we've got great fortune and sudden wealth. They thought they'd paid everybody off. We got this coffin, a child woman, don't tell me. There is an ending. And also with this poisoning, okay, if anyone in the hospitals or what has got involved in that, they're going to be struck off the register. They're going to be named and shamed. Oh, I'm getting that when they go to prison, they're going to be real tame and timid. Also, some are going to be real tame and timid. Because there's always going to be bigger boys and bigger girls out there. Always, always, always. Someone who likes to be in like some sort of big energy, big man, I'm big man, big woman. I think I deserve this. Oh, named and shamed. Let's have a couple more. Alright. Completion. So it's coming to an end. And they was being really discreet, but they wasn't being honest with other people when they was trying to change legal documentation. They was not being honest. They wanted like some sort of a new chapter in their own life. Create so much confusions, illusions, so much potions, trying to sacrifice, intimidate someone who is loved by the divine. And then maybe exhausting all options, okay? They're exhausted from putting one person to spiritual warfare. Well, they've done this a lot of masculine and feminine. So much confusion, so much chaos, confusion magic, chaos magic. It's very dangerous. Criminal enterprise, caution, recuperation, and they need help with healing, but hopefully when they are locked up, they're going to get the healing they need. For stealing with their greed. I'm picking up on like an Assassin's Creed type of energy also. Like Assassin's Creed, if that resonates. Oh, they were so insecure in their own world, probably got in their own fields. They wanted like a love story, like look at us. We want this love story where we love the money, okay, and the corruption, and doing some really sick, sinister things, and then just going to check the bank and they're like, what? We had all this money in our bank 1 minute. What do you mean our bank account's been frozen? What do you mean we're getting done for stolen identity, copy and pasting and fraud? What do you mean? What do you mean? So if a lot of people were sitting back and laughing and enjoying the gossip and just watching shit go down, in the end it's going to be time for divine masculine, divine feminine who's been going through this to sit back and laugh and watch all this go down, because there's some sort of recordings of this deceit, this backstab, this betrayal, and they know they fucked on up. They love to cause this total drama, but they've ruined a lot of people's lives in the process. That's what I'm getting. They've ruined a lot of people's lives in the process. And I mean totally ruined people's lives. Ruined people's careers. Got them, like their so-called power position, like ripped off them. Their homes. Also, because I'm getting that, they're going to have to pay every single penny of this back. Because it was never their gift to take. No way. Never their gift to take. They just wanted new beginnings in their own world. You could already know the tea. You could be an undercover investigator. Zoning in on these. I'm so sorry. Can't believe I'm falling apart. I should have never done it, should I? They could have deliberately tried to. Okay. With all this focus. Yeah, they were so focused. They were so focused that they didn't know that they was getting watched and recorded. Oh, they were so focused. And they didn't know they was getting watched because they thought they was untouchables. No way. No way. They've been real blasé as well with this money. Great fortune and sudden wealth. They was. They thought that they could pay everybody hush-hush money. So a lot of money, what's been taken, has been gone on hush-hush money. A lot. No. So yeah, at some point, if they've not already, they're going to go to banks and the bank account's going to be like frozen and they're not allowed to access this money, and they're like, what? And then the hearts are going to start pounding. Oh, their hearts are going to be pounding. Oh, it is, and it is, and it is. It's involved in trying to sacrifice the person. Put the person in absolute despair because they didn't want to have to work for a living. Yeah, but they're going to have to work in bloody prison now, aren't they? They was buying gifts, okay, from this theft, alright? And working behind the scenes to pull it on off. They was buying gifts with this sudden wealth and great fortune. Christmas gifts for each other. Parfums, alright? Christmas trees, alright? Halloween, birthdays, all these celebrations, holidays, partying, buying each other gifts, man. What's wrong with them? They're so dangerous, that's why they need dismantling and taking down. If a divine masculine, divine feminine who they've done this to is about to step into a leadership position, or already was in some sort of leadership position, but they wanted it for themselves. By doing all these six of this stuff, no darlings, causing so much turmoil. So much turmoil, but they didn't care. They didn't care. Honestly. They really didn't care. We've got wisdom. They want to think of some sort of wise guys or something. Wise guys type of energy. Wise guys. Some of them just like poverty, really poor, maybe struggling to get work, alright, you know, 1 minute bank accounts, you know, low income coming on in, and the next minute they're depositing checks like her. Wants to trot around high and it's okay, keep the change. Buying all these expensive gifts. Look at these luxury earrings. And look at this frock. I get to ring, darling. Yeah. I'll get my hair done all nice at the back of someone else's money. How's that sound? Travelling around and that. Journeying around. Alright. But then you have to travel to a different courthouse, yeah? And with this bad hell, they're going to know that these fake, false privilege, masculines, feminines, these karmics, hometown and all that, community, friends, you name it, whoever's got involved in sticking the frigging head in, alright? The judge is going to know, look at these sick fucks walking in. Can't believe that this masculine or feminine's done this to their own child, can you? Look at what they do. Loved with a lover, love of money, more than they love their own child's children or grandchildren. Greed got the best of them. Maybe they're going to be like pleading insanity. Could have put money in offshore's overseas account. Her partner, with this marriage card in her husband's account. They could be looking at some documentation, forensics, stuff like that. Maybe quite possibly whoever's done this to, where they took a substantial large amount of money, then they may need some sort of high honour, like law people, okay, with these undercovers, to help pay some sort of law expenses, to help bring this to light. Because they've been fabricating some sort of evidence, putting loads of fabric here, working like a fabric there to fabricate evidence. Family surrounding the theft. They're going to go to prison for a long time. May have to journey out of town, these fake false people and these fake false like officials, corrupt law officials, may have to journey outside of town to a totally different court room, somewhere up and down the country or something, across state. And you're going to know that all these people are going to be real ill. Of course they are. The black magic's backfiring, for one, and well, it's involved in some sort of sacrificing, okay, and all this. So the proper judges, proper law, they're going to be looking at these people like these are sick as fuck, okay. Brother and sister involved. Brother and sister involved. They're not focused on healing. They're more focused on stealing. Oh, honestly, it's so sick. It's actually making me feel sick. Really making me feel sick. Someone is going to end up getting their teeth whacked out in prison. Honestly, surrounding this theft. Yeah, witty and cunning. There's going to be cunning people surrounding them when they're in prison, really cunning. And then they're going to have to do like some sort of survival mode, because they're going to be surrounded by people who are just as cunning as them. They're going to be surrounded by wolves. Oh, we've got sight, look, cows. They're going to be surrounded by these wolves. And they're going to be so sad. Yeah, that's the truth. They're going to be so sad, looking back, wishing that they'd never done it. And with all these entities and stuff like that, what they've been doing, they're not, these jealous people who's got involved in this sacrifice, they're not going to be able to sleep properly. They're not going to be able to sleep properly with their cellmates or what have you. I won't go into that bit. I'll leave that bit. Oh. Then when they're in prison as well, from all this robbery and theft and all what they've done, they're going to end up getting stolen from by the cellmates. They're going to keep constantly getting everything stolen from them by the cellmates. Because they're going to be surrounded by so many thieves and crooks themselves. And they're going to be thinking, I wish I never did this, the divine masculine, divine feminine. And these corrupt law, they're going to be the same. I wish I never did this, the divine masculine, divine feminine. They was expecting, you know, to be seen as real. But the fakes, false and frauds, fraud acts, again, they're going to be journeying, maybe them and the partners, okay, for emotional support. Like, I can't believe it, we've got our court letter coming on up, been distant horizons. I can't believe it. I thought we were going to get away with it. Also in people's hometown who's been involved could have been watching masculine and feminine, knowing exactly what was going down and taking money under the table. Sick fucks. Sick fucks. Honestly. Yeah, full community. You were alright, but they knew exactly what they was doing. Drawing money out, and they just wanted to be all posh. Loving it, they was, with the lovers. Oh, they was loving it. Oh, they was loving it, honestly. I'm tapping out. They was loving it. They won't be loving it when there's like literally get everything taken off them. Okay, it goes back to the rightful owner, the rightful person, and they file a lawsuit, get them back, sue them on top of it. They've got to work in a prison to pay it all back. And then whatever they keep trying to build up in their cell, it's all going to get robbed and stolen from them. Because they're going to be surrounded by like-minded people, locked up. They're not going to be able to handle that. Even with this intimacy. They're going through some sick acts in prison from what they've done. But they showed no compassion, and they showed no empathy. They showed no remorse, okay? And they was laughing about what they was doing. And a lot of people in this community was trying to treat this divine masculine, divine feminine, who they were stealing everything from, as a local laughing stock. That's sick, that is. Honestly. There's just some sick people in this world. There really is. But justice will be served. Sending peace, love and light.